As she seeks to find an everlasting solution to the survivors of the Lord's Resistance Army insurgency, Lalam Stella, who was herself abducted at the age of 10, says access to their customary land and other privileges is a challenge.
As a war victims, we suffer, we came in boat because we don't want violence again in the country. That is why we said, even though we're suffering, we can come together and at least do some things for helping our people. What we want, we need livelihood for our women. We need school fees for our children. And the issue of the land, it is the critical issues. That is why you see the victims, the trading center, they are within town renting. We want cultural leaders should come in. We want the government, civil society.
Recent research by Overcut Sons Frontiers in the districts of Nwoya, Amuru and Kriandongo found that majority returnees are not allowed to use their customary land.
Respondents noted that there is no clear documentation or leeway to follow when you're faced with the land dispute resolution, with the land dispute.
This problem has been acknowledged by the Acholi Cultural Institution, as attested by the organization's Prime Minister, Ola Ambrose.
The residual figments of traditional mechanisms is largely responsible for the resilience of the Acholi society after war. What was left of what we had is what still makes us survive. If this conflict for 20 years had been in another region, we would have, that society would have collapsed. What made us not collapse to the extent that we should have? It is the resilience of tradition.
As a result, there has been an increased number of street gangs in major towns across northern Uganda, the majority of whom are believed to be the LRA returnees.
As people were returning back home after active conflict to re-access their displacement homes, a lot of land disputes, a lot of conflicts have marred the return process.
The State Minister for Northern Uganda, Grace Freedom Chwinchui, wants communities in Northern Uganda to embrace and coexist with the LRA returnees.
It is us to accept our own relations. I know Northern Uganda as very generous. They have even given land free to other tribes who are friends, to investors, to schools, to churches. So I'm still also not convinced that really we can go to the extent of refusing a daughter or a son of my sister to live with us. I also know that there are many people, many children who grew in their mother's place and they have been allocated land. As government, what I want to say is that we have to mend our relationship with our children.
The two-decade-long war between the LRA fighters and the government forces that lasted from 1987 to around 2006 devastated communities where the rebels operated mainly eastern and northern Uganda.